Hello, everybody. I'm Blake from Blake and Fish Sports. Today, joined with Nick Nassos and Nolan George, the Big Facts Master. On today's episode, we got the Week 17 betting guide. And in this episode, we're going to cover our last week. We're going to do this week, so Week 17 game picks and matchups, 3 best bets, 2 games to not touch, moonshots. We got Nolan back with some big facts, and then certified locks.
All right, so let's start off with the recap. Last week was a rough week. It's our roughest week yet. It was only our second time since the first time we did this that we were under 500 with our game picks. Miami, Indianapolis, and Philadelphia were not able to perform how we thought they would, and unfortunately, none of those bets hit. Then we had Buffalo. They covered the 3.5 spread, and the Bears covered the 7.5 spread against the Jaguars. Those were our 2 bets that did hit last week, and unfortunately, the Browns were not able to cover. They lost to the Jets, and now they are on the verge of maybe missing the playoffs. They have to win this week against the Steelers or hope for a Colts loss, which is very unlikely. So the Browns need to beat the Steelers, who do not have Ben Roethlisberger, in order to make the playoffs. Now we're going to get into our game picks for this week.
All right, so the first game we have is going to be the 4-11 Atlanta Falcons versus the 10-5 Buccaneers. Tom Brady and co are looking to continue their hot streak, and Matt Ryan is looking to play spoiler. They've lost their last couple of games.
Next, we have the Dolphins. They're 10-5. They have Tua and Tua alone because Ryan Fitzpatrick has COVID. They will be playing the Buffalo Bills at 12-3. Josh Allen and Tua face off while the Bills have won the AFC East, and the Dolphins are hoping to secure a wild card spot.
Next, we got the 12-3 Pittsburgh Steelers versus the 10-5 Cleveland Browns. So the Steelers won the AFC North. They're going to be resting a lot of their key starters. Browns are looking to bounce back from their loss against the lowly Jets, and they're looking to get a wild card spot for this postseason.
Next, we have the Ravens. They are currently 10-5, and they will be playing the Cincinnati Bengals, who are 4-10-1. The Ravens look to secure a wild card spot with a win against the injured Bengals.
Next is the 2-13 Jets versus the 6-9 Patriots. So the Patriots are missing the playoffs for the first time since 2008. This was when Brady got injured, and they're playing the Jets, who've somehow won 2 in a row.
Next, we have the Vikings. They're 6-9, and they'll be playing their division rival, the 5-10 Detroit Lions. The Vikings are without Dalvin Cook this week, and they are facing Stafford and the lowly Lions.
Next, the 6-9 Cowboys are playing the 5-10 Giants. So the winner of this game will win the NFC East, contingent on the Washington football team losing.
That is correct. If Washington wins, they do clinch the division. Next, we have Seattle Seahawks. They're 11-4. They're playing the 49ers, who are 6-9. Wilson and Beathard will face off as the Seahawks have gotten red hot while the 49ers are depleted and looking to play spoiler. This is a big Big Ten matchup between Wisconsin Badger Russell Wilson and Iowa Hawkeye CJ Beathard.
Yep. Next, we got the 12-3 Green Bay Packers against the 8-7 Chicago Bears. Rodgers and Trubisky face off as the Packers are looking to get the top seed in the NFC, while the Bears are still playing for that wild card spot.
Now we have the New Orleans Saints. They're 11-4. They're going to be playing the 5-10 Carolina Panthers. Drew Brees and Bridgewater face off as the Saints are looking to beat rival Panthers, while the Panthers look to finish the season strong. The Saints can still get the 1 seed if the Seahawks win and the Packers lose.
Yep. Next, we got the 8-7 Cardinals versus the 9-6 Rams. So the Rams are going to be without Jared Goff, and they're playing the Cardinals, who have struggled ever since beating the Bills on a Hail Mary miracle.
Next, we have the Chargers. They're unfortunately only 6-9. They're playing the dominant Kansas City Chiefs at 14-1. The Chiefs have secured the number 1 seed and will be resting key starters such as Patrick Mahomes, while the Chargers have won 3 in a row and might be able to finish the season with a win against a division rival.
Next, we got the 10-5 Tennessee Titans against the 4-11 Houston Texans. So Derrick Henry and the Titans are looking to bounce back after a blowout loss to the Packers as they control their own destiny in winning the AFC South.
All right, now we have the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have the number 1 seed in the upcoming draft. They are 1-14. They'll be playing the Indianapolis Colts, who are sitting at 10-5. The Jags have secured the number 1 pick in Trevor Lawrence as the Colts look to hold on to. They're looking to get into the wild card spot. They are currently not in the playoffs. All they need to do, it's going to be a little difficult. They need to beat Jacksonville, but then they need help. They need the Dolphins, the Titans, the Browns, one of those, or the Ravens, one of those teams to lose.
Yep. Next, we got the 7-8 Raiders versus the 5-10 Broncos. So the Raiders have imploded at the end of this last couple of weeks, and the Broncos are really just evaluating to see if Drew Lock's going to be the quarterback of the future.
All right, to finish up the 2020 NFL season, Sunday night we have Washington at 6-9 against Philadelphia at 4-10-1. Alex Smith and the football team are looking to win the NFC East, while Jalen Hurts and the Eagles look to play spoiler. If Alex Smith can take his team to a victory, the Washington football team will make the playoffs, guaranteed. If he loses, they will not make the playoffs, and there's no way they can unless the Giants and Dallas tie. Now we're going to get into our best bets for the week.
All right, so first best bet, New England Patriots -3 against the Jets. So on average, the Jets score 5 less points per game than the Patriots, and the Patriots allow 6 less points per game than the Jets. So Patriots have a better offense and defense. So Adam Gase just got informed that he will be fired after the season ends. So this last game, I don't know why they're still having him coach, but he's going to be out there playing in a meaningless game. And Frank Gore's not going to be playing for the Jets. If you saw the Rams game, he ate them alive. I mean, he's old, but I don't know. He can still play like a man.
Next, we have Mike Evans over 66.5 receiving yards. Mike Evans needs only 40 yards to get 7 straight 1,000-yard seasons to begin his career. That is amazing. That would be unbelievable. And Bruce Arians has stated that he wants to help Evans get there. He's aware that Evans is close to this, and he's going to tell Brady to throw the ball to Evans. Over the last 4 quarters, Brady has thrown for 668 yards and 6 touchdowns. This includes the second half of the Falcons game and the first half of his game last week. And finally, the Falcons defense has allowed 288 passing yards per game, and that is a bottom 5 in the NFL. So Mike Evans is probably going to have a field day, and he's going to get over 66.5 yards this week.
Next, we got the Tennessee Titans at -7.5 against the Texans. So the Titans have a top 3 rushing attack this year. As everyone knows, Derrick Henry is an absolute beast, and he has over 1,700 rushing yards. And then when you're looking at the Texans' run defense, it's horrible. They're bottom 3 in yards per carry and total yards allowed a game. So look for Derrick Henry, Jeremy McNichols, and then probably even Ryan Tannehill to feast.
Also, the Titans have forced the 5th most turnovers. They're very good at getting the ball back for their offense, and they're coming off a rough loss. They're going to want to end the season on a high note and clinch that AFC South. The Texans have forced the least amount of turnovers in the league, and the Titans will not be turning over a lot. Derrick Henry has good ball control. Ryan Tannehill does not throw too many interceptions. He doesn't throw the ball that much. The Titans should have control the whole game. Now we're going to get into the games that you need to stay away from this week.
First one's going to be this Cardinals-Rams game. So the Rams are without Jared Goff, so naturally you think, oh, slam the Cardinals. Well, they're 2-4 in their last 6. They've been really inconsistent. Kyler had that shoulder issue that sort of limited him. Just don't touch this one. It's going to be a good one.
That was an NFC West matchup. The other one that you need to stay away from is an AFC West matchup, the Raiders and the Broncos. The Raiders are 1-5 in their last 6 games, while the Broncos have been hindered by injuries and poor quarterback play. So this game, you got to stay away. You don't know what it's going to do. The Raiders are very unpredictable, and we just don't know how the Broncos are going to handle this situation. Now it's time for our moonshots this week.
All right, so my moonshot is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles to have a winning margin between 1 and 5. So this game, I anticipated it'll be close. Jalen Hurts, Sunday Night Football, it should be a good one. And I think the Eagles could definitely squeak away with a win here, especially if Alex Smith, he's still a little injured and you never know how he's going to play. Washington football team has dropped the last 2 games. Look out for the Eagles.
My moonshot is actually the Chiefs -10.5 because I think Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback, but they have so much other talent around, and the Chargers are terrible. Anthony Lynn is not a good football coach, and I think the Chiefs could still win this game, and maybe they'll even blow out the Chargers. This bet does have potential for this week. Now it's time for us to go to Big Facts Noel. He is out in New York, and he's going to talk to you guys about the Buffalo game this week. So let's bring him in now.
Boys, always a pleasure to be in here. I got my goggles on, got my beanie, got my winter coat. Been out in New York all week. And let me just say off the bat, it is a fact that it is chilly up there. Weather's been windy, weather's been snowy, snow on the ground, and it's cold to say the least. Some big facts that we got for this game is obviously I'm leaning towards the Bills. The Bills are from Buffalo. Josh Allen, look at this picture. He went to school in Wyoming. He's built for the snow. He's been playing next-level football for the last couple of weeks in the MVP consideration race, and he has been looking good. However, we got some more facts. You look to the right, and you see Tua Tagovailoa. I don't even know if I pronounce his name. Quite frankly, I don't care. Tua is from Hawaii, warm weather, went to Alabama, warm weather, and now plays for the Dolphins. He doesn't know cold weather. He isn't built for that type. He's on the beach in that picture with his dad wearing a Hawaiian shirt. That type of guy is going to do nothing but throw bad passes and have a bad game on Sunday in Buffalo. Whereas we can see in other facts, we got the weather report. It's not a fact that it's going to snow, but it's a fact that it's a very good chance it snows. We got precipitation looking at around 80% chances, and the weather's cold enough for snow to form. And then my last fact, the one consideration where this game could get a little iffy is if Josh Allen plays. As we know, the Bills are top of their division. They do still have something to play for because if they win, they lock up the second seed. And on that note, the fact is Josh Allen's quote in the top right corner on Thad Brown, as he tweeted out, that he said, "We've put ourselves in a position where we can go out next week and get that 2 seed," which makes me think Josh Allen, he's very conceited. He wants this 2 seed very bad. He obviously knows he's a better quarterback than the backup Matt Barkley. So I think he's going to be out there playing, quite frankly. And even if he doesn't, I still think the Bills are going to get this win because I don't think Tua and the Dolphins are built for this weather. And this is just – the Bills are just an absolute lock. If Josh Allen plays this game, I expect him to win by at least a touchdown. Bills all day. This game is built for the Bills, not built for the Dolphins. Those are the big facts. Hammer the Bills.
Thank you for that, Nolan. And on that note, Ryan Fitzpatrick cannot save the day. He's a gunslinger. He got a big arm. Tua's arm is pretty average compared to most NFL quarterbacks. If Tua starts playing bad, since Fitzpatrick's on the COVID list, can't come in. Unfortunate for them. Now let's get into me and Nick's locks. So I have the Seattle Seahawks -3.5. It's an alternative spread. So they're playing the 49ers. So as of recently, the last few weeks, Seahawks defense has improved a lot, and they're playing C.J. Beathard. Now I love my man. He's from Iowa, but he's not going to be able to score any points, or at least a lot, on Blitz Boy, a.k.a. Jamal Adams. And Bobby Wagner is going to shut down the run. And they have a chance for the number 1 seed in the NFC. Pete Carroll's really going to try to get them in position for that because Lennox Field is not easy to play in. Seattle, -3.5.
All right, now it's time for my lock. Forget the alternate spread. The Green Bay Packers are going to cover the official spread of 4 points. They're going to win. They have the 2020 league MVP, Aaron Rodgers. He's going to beat the Bears. He's going to secure the number 1 seed in the NFC. And the Packers are going to make a playoff run. But it's got to start with this week. They're going to knock the Bears out of playoff contention. And Aaron Rodgers is going to do what he did in week 12. He's going to bully the Bears. The Bears are not good. The Bears are not good at football. Aaron Rodgers loves playing the Bears. It's at Soldier Field. Aaron Rodgers loves going to Soldier Field. It's his favorite place to play outside of Lambeau, and he is going to bully the Bears, lock it up, the Packers by 4 or more.
All right, and that'll wrap up this week's episode. So make sure to come back next week. We're going to do Wild Card Weekend, and we're also going to recap Week 17. Thanks for watching.